inside the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. It's Game 2 of our Leominster High School Hoops doubleheader here on Leominster TV. Bill Thomas is along with us. Kate Robbins will join us in a moment. I am Todd Robbins, happy to have you along with us for action tonight. And Bill Thomas, this one, very interesting when you look at things to set up before this game. You look at it on paper. Leominster's got themselves 2 wins, 14 losses, haven't won a game in league play. They're 0-6. Fitchburg's got themselves 1 win, 14 losses, haven't won a game in league play. They're 0-7. So combined, these 2 teams have 3 wins. The key one to me jumping out on paper, Fitchburg's lone win this season against Leominster back in December when these 2 teams played the first time around. And that's the backdrop that sets this one up.
Yeah, this is a battle for respect basically tonight. Neither team has any ideas of making the playoffs. It's really for bragging rights. You know, it's kind of, these 2 teams are a mirror image of each other. They have trouble scoring and they give up a lot of points, which leads to a 1 win on one side and 2 wins on the other. On the positive side for the Blue Devils, they do have a 1 win winning streak.
Yeah, well,
can we call it that?
It's a winning streak when you win 2.
It's the beginnings of a winning streak,
they got
hopefully.
themselves a streak.
The first game, 56-54, I believe, or whatever, so it was about a 2-point game. So, you know, I'm expecting a close game tonight. And any game that ends up 2-pointers is going to be entertaining one way or the other. I don't care what the records are. And I expect we're going to see a good basketball game.
I agree with you, Bill Thomas. I think we're going to end up with what is going to be a phenomenally played game. It'll be up and down the floor. It will be exciting. It won't be phenomenal from the skills front. If you're looking for a weave, if you're looking for half-court offenses, I don't think you're going to find that here tonight. But what you're going to find is a very exciting basketball game.
Yeah, and I expect to see a lot of aggression, a lot of substitutions. I wouldn't be surprised to see the bench being used fully, you know, in this kind of rivalry. Everybody likes to see the court a little bit, but, you know, I expect it to be entertaining, even if the game appears to be meaningless in the standings.
Indeed,
it's never meaningless when Leominster and Fitchburg get together.
I
don't care what sport it is.
They play tiddlywinks,
exactly.
They battle. It's Leominster and Fitchburg, the boys. They tip things off when we come back. Game 2 of a doubleheader here from the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. A break and tip-off is next. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Back inside the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. Second game about to get underway. It's the boys of Leominster battling the boys of Fitchburg, or the Leominsters and the Fitchburgs, as they said not all that long ago.
In the 30s.
Yeah. 8 minutes up on the board, quarter number 1.
Yes, a century ago, Todd.
Hey, just becoming popular. Here we go. Teams take center court.
They might stick.
Away we go. Moses Perez got the touch, and away we go. Excuse me, that was Pierre-Louis with the touch as we start this one. Leominster with control, half court to our right. Ball goes down low, looking for Powers, through his hands, not going to get it. Ends up back up top, Dolce sets up Pierre-Louis for a 3, and he hits. 20 seconds into this one, Leominster's got a 3-0 lead.
Great way to start.
I think bombs away is going to be the story in this one. Lots of 3-pointers on the floor. This one tipped by Dolce. He gets tied up. He wants a foul call as he goes flying into the scorer's table and no call.
I've got pass interference.
I've got
loose ball foul. And here we go. Fitchburg keeps the basketball. Half court to the left. Beltre sets up a 3 for Rodriguez. Back rim, no. Leominster out jumps for the rebound. It's Perez. Perez will bring it into the front court. Comes to the near side, feeds Torres. Torres drops it off for Dolce. Down the corner, Powers. Powers, low block left. Now goes back top of the key. Off shift, head fake, sets up a 3. Won't go for Perez. Battle for the rebound. Into the front row, kept alive there by Rodriguez.
Great job there. Ball was almost in the first row. Good job on that save.
Mendes Morrison with a little head fake and the drive. Too strong off the glass. Loose ball going back the other way, and traveling violation is the call against Marcos Torres. He started running before he even thought about putting the ball on the floor.
Yeah, he turned around, took a couple of steps, and
whoops!
Didn't get the ball down quick enough.
As the Fitchburg crowd says, you can't do that, but he could jump out of the gym on that coverage on the inbound. I feel both teams jacked up tonight.
Crowd into it already also over
Indeed
here to our
they
right.
Are. Here's the drive. Kick foul call there as Rodriguez goes up strong. And Rodriguez has got 2 from the line. Marcos Torres gets hit with the foul. 6:23 to play, quarter number 1. Leominster's lead is 3-0. It's the lone points of the basketball game. 3-pointer to open things from Jivensky Pierre-Louis.
Such a fun name.
Indeed, Rodriguez
Just flows.
can't get the first to go. Rodriguez second opportunity. That one goes. Fitchburg's on the board. The lead is 2. It's 3-1 Leominster. 6:20 to play here in the first quarter.
Sounds like a baseball score.
Indeed it has. Pierre-Louis off the press break. Jumper from the right elbow, won't go. Battle for the rebound, loose basketball. Reeled in there by Brian Beltre. He spins the ball out of trouble and now takes it out of trouble. Beltre the drive, sets up the kick. Corner, create a little space there. Looked like De Leon, shot off the mark. Put back, also a miss. Pierre-Louis got the rebound.
Holy moly.
Torres up floor immediately with a jumper, off the mark. And now down and going the other way.
Got a tennis match breaking out here.
Indeed we do. Here's the drive. Bump. Rodriguez keeps it alive. Rodriguez goes one, now the other on Dolce.
It might have been a walk.
And they call the foul.
He got bailed out there.
Yes, he did.
He was headed out of bounds with an out-of-control pass.
5:36 to play here in the first frame.
That'll be Dolce's first, team second for the Blue Devils.
Inbound. Set up a 3 for Morrison. Off the mark. Loose ball down to the floor and dribbled out of trouble there by Marcos Torres.
Nobody really contested that one.
No, indeed. Come to the near side, Dolce tried to keep it alive as he lost the handle, gave it away instead. Back up floor, it's Morrison who has to slow the pace there as he ran out of real estate in the left corner.
Nothing he could have done on that one, though.
No, indeed, now Morrison to take. Strong take, switch to the left hand, got no foul call, didn't get a basket either.
Great body control there. I don't know, everything, but did everything right.
Up floor, Fitchburg keeps it alive. It's been everything we promised thus far. Here's the drive, scoop shot. Morrison gets that one to fall.
Nice status step there by Morrison to create that opening in the lane.
And it's 3-all.
This crowd is going to come up over the top of us.
It's entirely possible we may get enveloped at our courtside half-court broadcast position.
You know how much I love that?
Indeed. Powers, little head fake. Thought about a jumper, handed it off instead. Pierre-Louis in a double team, no. Powers, second opportunity, no there. Held ball battle. Alternate possession, Fitchburg gets the basketball.
Powers very active there under the basket, just can't get it up over the front rim. Very emotional player. I think we saw some of that out of him last Friday too.
What a great crowd on hand for Fitchburg tonight. I know Kate's a little worried about getting enveloped, but good for them. What a fantastic crowd.
I don't do people.
That's why we create this little barrier around us, Kate. I know how you feel.
Meanwhile, on the other side, I'm thinking the traffic was a deterrent. There's the
Leominster's got a split
section.
crowd here tonight, I think. They're a little around the gym.
Popped the jumper there to Devontae Johnson in his first action. Fitchburg's got their first lead halfway through quarter number 1. It's 5-3. I think the lower scoring this game stays, the more problematic it is for Leominster.
Absolutely.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And 5 quick points here by the Red Raiders here to take quick lead.
Drive, kick, little touch, goes to the corner. Pierre-Louis, baseline drive, and the block called there on Alex Alejandro.
Pierre-Louis got to get under the basket. I think that's where he does his best work. Although I know he likes to handle the ball out on the wing. He's got to get himself in that low block.
Gene Nardi checking into the ball game here. Nardi did himself probably 10 or 15 push-ups while he was at the table as he tried to get himself loose.
Got to get the guns ready.
Nardi for Dolce. Back to Nardi. 3:50 to play here in the first. Goes post. It was high over the head, but reeled down by the hands of Cam Kelly. Sets up a Nardi 3. Wasn't afraid to take it. It was off the mark. There was a collision, and last touched by Alejandro. Leominster keeps the basketball, 14 to shoot.
You know, I got to say, I'm a little disappointed in this outside shoot. I'm looking at a marked height advantage held by the Blue Devils here, and they're not really trying to take advantage of it while they can. I'd like to see them pound that ball inside on the block and just let their taller players take advantage of their height advantage.
Kelly tried to go baseline with the inbound pass. He was trying to go lateral across the baseline. It got deflected. Leominster now gets a side inbound from the sideline right in front of the Fitchburg cheering section. And this time, Nardi found Dolce. Now Nardi over the head for Kelly. Tried to force it into a double team. It got knocked down. There goes Morrison the other way. Morrison, little head fake. Now the scoop. Foul line. Step back. That's De Leon. De Leon tried to find the cutter there. It was Johnson. It got deflected. Last touch by Fitchburg.
Fitchburg's first turnover of the basketball game.
Wow, and that came almost 4 minutes, maybe almost 5 minutes into this first quarter.
Fitchburg's been doing a very good job taking care of the basketball and picking their spots. Very athletic. I find it hard to believe they've only won one game.
Fast-paced, end-to-end, everything we promised you in our pregame coverage. Jumper for three is off the mark there for Flores Ramirez.
That's not going to play out well with the crowd.
Right in front of the Fitchburg crowd.
At their end.
Ball goes back the other way, but Billy, as we said, weren't going to get a lot of true basketball skill out there tonight. This one's going to be about speed, physicality, least number of mistakes, and probably who can execute in the end.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of athleticism, but that doesn't always translate to basketball skill, but it still makes it for an entertaining game.
It's going to be a very exciting game thus far. Here's a setup for three. Splash. Wow, indeed, Kate. Adam Ramos. Got to look at it and hit it. 8-3, Fitchburg's lead. They've got one win all season long.
And it's against
Leominster.
Team.
Yes, indeed, and they feel it tonight. Pushed up by what is clearly a partisan crowd here at the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse. Down low, through the hands of Pierre-Louis. He got it back, got the shot up, got fouled as he created some space. And two shots coming up here for Pierre-Louis.
Good job by Cam Kelly there, realizing he was pulling that double team, even a triple team from the low blocks there. Looking for Pierre-Louis under the basket, rightfully so. Nice pass there. Just couldn't hand it clean enough to get up with it right away, but he did draw the foul.
That is Ware's first team second for the Raiders.
That one won't go for Pierre-Louis.
Pierre-Louis right now the only Blue Devil on the score sheet with the three-pointer.
And that was the opening salvo.
Yeah.
Since then, the Red Raiders reeled off 8 straight here.
2:26 to play here in the first quarter. Shot off the mark. Battle for the basketball. Fitchburg rips it down.
Fifth rebound for Fitchburg.
Up floor, it's Antonio Ware. Ware with the right-hand dribble, back to the circle. Creating plenty of space, 18 to shoot. Ware balances the floor, now takes it to his left. Throws on the brakes, gets it back, does Ware. Jumper and hits from the left elbow.
All off a nice pick there, set up by Ramos to free him up. Great textbook basketball right there.
And Coach
shown
Kevin
by the Red
Grudgefield
Raiders.
off the bench, takes the timeout.
Has to.
2 minutes flat here in the first quarter.
Got to stem the tide right now. Leominster could very easily find themselves in a position where they're in a bit of a quicksand. Right now, nothing really seeming to go their way. Every single time they cough up the ball, Fitchburg has some type of miraculous shot on the other end of the floor, and they just keep draining them.
And the crowd, you can just feel the momentum pouring on and pouring on and pouring on. Meanwhile, the Leominster cheering section, not much to cheer about through the first 6 minutes.
And one of the things to think about too, Fitchburg rolling off of that November Thanksgiving win, going right into basketball season, a very early season victory away in Leominster's gymnasium, and now all of a sudden, fast forward a couple months later, it seems like, I mean, you can just feel the pride and the school spirit just kind of pouring out of them in here, and right now on the reciprocal end of things, it just kind of keeps getting cloistered.
Had a chance to talk with Vice Principal and head football coach Tom DiGeronimo between games, and you could just see the smile and the Fitchburg pride, and you could feel it back here in the gym. Tonight it feels like that old brick house mentality. You can feel the Red Raider pride in the building tonight, and that's a credit to the administration led by Jeremy Roach, the principal, and on down the line, athletic director Ray Kazenza, Tom DiGeronimo himself is vice principal. They've set the right tone here.
Speaking of Tom DiGeronimo as vice principal, saw on Twitter he did a fundraiser. Go ahead.
Nardi banks in the three and makes it a 4-point game at 10-6.
One of the fundraisers they did right after the Super Bowl was to duct tape him to the wall all day long. He was up there, but good. I wouldn't have been able to come down.
2 hours he was there, they said. And an offensive foul away from the ball. That one's going to get billed against Alejandro. Clearly too physical down low, setting up the play.
It It was interesting. Whale looked at the ref after the shot. It's like, what did I do?
Absolutely nothing, son.
He shook his head. It's like, it's not you.
It was an off-ball charge.
He was ready to argue.
I was going to say, he's like, I was just taking a jump shot.
Oh,
picked off there,
sloppy
cutting in
pass.
the lane. De Leon timed it.
Telegraphed on that one.
De Leon comes to the near side, Ramos. Ramos, head fake, now the left-hand drive. Through on the brakes. It was tipped. Here goes the other way. Flores Ramirez moves it up for Kionga and swatted away from behind. Devontae Johnson scrambles back into the play and swats it away.
That's the way to get back there and save your team a basket there. And great job. Great recovery there on the defensive end.
1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Fitchburg's lead is 10-6. Go back up to the top of the key and Kionga. Oh, indeed it has been. And we're just getting started. Pierre-Louis has that one knocked away from Mike Johnson. And now here's Ware. Come quickly, up floor. Puts it in the hands of De Leon. Sets up a Ramos three. And it won't roll for him, and the rebound down for Nardi. And yes, it was Kate.
He took that all the way at the logo.
He did indeed. Here's a little push shot for Nardi in the paint. Doesn't go. Battle for the rebound. It's ripped down by De Leon. Right up floor for Ramos, the quicks in this game. Johnson finds De Leon, left elbow, stops at the paint. Back now for Johnson, a three, and he hit it falling away.
Red Raiders feeling it right now on both ends of the court. Very active, using their athleticism to beat the Blue Devils to the spots.
Kevin Grudgefield in his old stomping grounds. That ball out of bounds.
How's everybody?
Through the bench.
To go with the coach.
Yeah, it's
ran over the coach. He was kneeling down over there.
Team manager.
Oh, team manager on the last share.
Down the end, yeah. Got taken out, went over the water bottles.
He's good.
Okay?
He does appear to be okay. And the ball out of bounds.
A good time for a little conversation between coach and official.
Yes, indeed. That's Jack Scott, head coach for the Red Raiders. 9 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Shot clock is off. Leominster's got last shot opportunity here. Kelly had it tipped, and it stays right here. 7.9 to play here in the first quarter.
If you're Leominster, how do you keep up with the pace?
Not only how do you keep up with the pace, right now they have just looked wide-eyed. Here's the float up top. Pierre-Louis gets it out of trouble for Flores Ramirez.
Nothing.
And a foul on the floor on the initial drive. Stops the clock with 3.5 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
Good strategic move right there. I mean, on the way to the basket, you got some fouls to give. I like that foul. Good job by the Red Raiders.
Ware picks up his second, team fourth. Can you imagine only 4 fouls with all the craziness going on?
I know. It's been a clean, quick basketball game. It's been all about quicks. Flores Ramirez inbound. Kionga got the shot off, and he got fouled. It's a 3-shot foul with 1.6 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Not a good defensive play there by Johnson. We'll have to see how many points it ends up costing him here at the end of the quarter.
Leominster can close this game within 4.
It's big 3 shots here because Leominster struggled to put the ball in the basket this first quarter.
Kionga's first shot goes. And the lead is 7 at 13-6. 2 foul shots remaining. The last thing you want to do, Bill Thomas, in the waning seconds is commit a 3-shot foul well away from the basket. You let him take that shot all day long.
Yeah, I agree, especially at this level. I mean, but you know what happens? It happened in the pros the other night. Kyrie got fouled at the end of the game with basically no time left in regulation. They're down by 3, and the defender fouls them. I mean, Cardinal sin there right there to do that.
Kionga made it hurt. 2 out of the 3 fall. Inbound and the shot away there from Johnson, and it was no good. And through 1 quarter of play from the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. It's Fitchburg 13 and Leominster 8. A quick-paced, low-scoring first quarter of action thus far.
Yeah, quick pace, low scoring, and I would give the Red Raiders credit for pretty much controlling the tempo and the pace of that first quarter.
Yes.
And it's reflective on the scoreboard. They come out with a 13-8 lead. Kate, what do you got?
I would basically just have to reiterate everything that you said. Right now, Leominster struggling to keep up with the pace of play on the Fitchburg end of things, and already Fitchburg with 5 people on the scoring sheet to Leominster's 3. But right now, nobody really stepping up for Leominster and taking control of this. They're not able to slow down the pace when they are in the offensive end. and they certainly are having to really rush things when they are on the defensive end and try to keep up. The thing that you have to wonder is, can any team keep up the pace for 3 more quarters?
Well, we talked about this a little bit there, Kate, when Billy and I were setting this game up, and really this ultimately, to me, amounts to a situation where these two teams, you've got to keep pace. You've got to keep pace in the situation. You've got to make sure that you are ready to go and you know what's happening in the grand scheme of things. Ball is deflected out of bounds as we begin second quarter action. 7:51 to play here in the second quarter. It's 13-8. Fitchburg on top of Leominster right now at the beginning of the second quarter. Kate Robbins alongside Todd Robbins, and we are joined here by a member of ESPN 8, Diorcho, here at Fitchburg High. Who are you? Introduce yourself.
My name's Sage Bray. I'm a senior here at Fitchburg High.
Hi, Sage.
Sage, welcome to the broadcast.
Absolutely.
Happy to have you here. Got to be impressed with this first quarter Fitchburg play.
Yeah, it's going well. Defensively, we've been playing really well. We're getting really good looks on offense, too. Just got to get a few more shots to fall, but I thought we've been playing very well.
How did you feel about the quicks up and down the floor? Their transitions very fast.
Oh, yeah, we're getting real good. We're getting the ball to our point guards real good on the inbounds. They're taking it up quick, getting it to our wings, distributing the ball very well.
Bill Thomas said to me right before the break at the end of the quarter, how has this team not won more than one game this year?
Absolutely. I go to all games, home games, away games. I watch them every week, and it surprises me every time. They got the talent, absolutely. They just haven't been able to put it together, and it seems, from what I've seen in the beginning of this game, that they're trying to figure it out.
Ball is out of bounds. Last touched by Fitchburg. No, make that a last touch by Dolce on the baseline. Fitchburg will keep the basketball. 7:17 to play here in the second quarter. Fitchburg still got that 13-8 lead. No baskets here, quarter two. We're just about 50 seconds into this one. Morrison, kick, now go down low, kick it back up top. Here comes the three from Moore. Off the mark with 3 to shoot, and the rebound down in the hands of Mariko. Up floor, the drive, Perez runs out of real estate, try to create some room, feed Dolce. Kick back off the arc, it's Conacher. Conacher gave up the basketball for Dolce, who drops it off for Perez. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Dolce, no jump, took the shot though, long and going the other way in transition.
Sage, are you surprised that Leominster, when they're in the offensive zone, have not been able to slow the pace of play down in order to get control of this one? Right now, they're playing up to the tempo that Fitchburg has set, and they're not setting their own tempo when they're in the offensive zone.
Absolutely. Leominster this year has been utilizing their bigs very well, and I figured they'd do that this game, but it hasn't seemed to be doing that. Kind of confused about that, but yeah, absolutely.
Back to the top of the key. Here we go with Morrison. Morrison creates some space, balances the floor, now comes to the left. Feeds De Leon. De Leon comes to the near side. Around through De Leon. Here's the dribble, drive, kick, shot up, will not go, and no foul call there.
That's the 10th missed shot for the Red Raiders in this first half of play. Right now, both sides of the ball missing 10 shots apiece, make that 11 now for the Red Raiders.
And back down floor, here comes Rodriguez pushing the pace. Say the defense was good. Both times, official on the baseline said the defense was straight up, no foul call there.
I'm going to let him play a little bit.
Here comes Dolce, now for Conacher. Feeds Powers. Powers goes back top the key, Dolce. Through and around it goes. Left side three-pointer. Back rim, no. Out jump, the rebound there is Moore. They could jump out of the gym. Look for the head man pass there for Chandler and did not find it.
And Sage, just to reiterate what you just said a little while ago, Leominster really not driving the ball into the paint. They're really content right now shooting around the perimeter. 5 missed shots from behind the three-point arc, 12 missed shots total so far for the Blue Devils in this first half.
Yeah, surprisingly, I mean, they're not great looks either they're getting. It'd be one thing if they were running it and they're getting great looks from the perimeter, then shoot your shot, but I figured they'd try to work it down low if they're not getting those good shots up top, work their game plan more or less.
Powers back for Dolce. 10 to shoot. Floor looking a little crowded. He's got to feed it off for Mariku. Tried the left side looking for Conacher. It got tipped. Got to James Powers, and James Powers can't get it to go. Back rim, no with 2 to shoot.
Sage right there, not a good look on that one either.
No.
And you run the shot clock all the way down to the waning seconds, and then you have no choice but to throw up that off-balance shot.
Absolutely. They're swinging it around the top, and they're not getting any good looks instead of pushing it down low and trying to get some easy layups.
Turn around in the paint for Pierre-Louis. Banks it off the glass and good.
Maybe some mid-range jumpers just like that would work well for him.
Pierre-Louis picks up his 5th
Just 3. Under 5 minutes to play here in the quarter. It's 13-10 Fitchburg.
Right down
Morrison,
the court.
yeah, coast to coast and not contested. Laid it in.
He's done that all year well.
Leominster's defense seemed to get back in transition, but he just sliced the defense.
Powers spots up for a 3, uncontested until the last moment. Battle for the rebound, and it's Moore who comes out with it again. 3 on 2 if they hurry. Go ahead, Sage.
Actually very surprised at the rebounding we're getting this game. Season long, we've been very low on rebounding with our big men. And even our guards coming out of nowhere and getting a bunch of boards, which is definitely helping the offense.
Sage, that's a great point. Right now, the Red Raiders with 9 rebounds on the evening, and the Blue Devils right now with just 8.
James Powers is going to get billed for that foul. Got a little too physical with Austin Chandler.
That'll be
down
team
low.
4th, and that'll be Powers first.
So, Sage, talk to me here. My understanding is ESPN 8 only comes out here in Fitchburg for this game every year.
The Ocho.
Yeah, we haven't tended to do it a lot, but my freshman year, my sophomore year, every single year, the seniors do it on the Leominster game here, so I figured I'll carry on the tradition. Tried to already pass it on to some of the younger kids that are in the stands, telling them they got to carry it on next year.
Any thoughts of actually doing this broadcast for Fitchburg television?
I've never thought about it. I mean, it'd be fun. It's cool to watch the game like this. It's interesting to have the commentary going on while I'm watching it. Be interesting.
Well, isn't that what you guys do over there in the corner?
Yeah, absolutely.
Record it and play it back. That's how this thing starts and finishes. By the way, winning the Best Dressed Announcer award tonight
Yeah,
as well.
we didn't. But we're all in the black ensemble.
We did.
So I like
as
that.
As if we had called one another. 4:21 to play here
I
in
don't
the
think
second
he would have
quarter.
come over if we were in blue.
15-10 is the lead. Make it 16-10 with that one.
You having fun, Sage?
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
Up floor, here's Pierre-Louis. Pierre-Louis drops it off. Round it goes for Powers. Powers back through Nardi. Dolce looks over his head, now 15 to shoot. Nardi thought about spotting it from straight away. Instead, drives. Clean defense, loose ball. Pierre-Louis got it up on the rim, didn't fall. Powers, 4th opportunity on the possession. Lost out of bounds and into the curtain, but the ball will stay with Leominster. 3:55 to play here in the second quarter, 16-10. Fitchburg holds the lead of 6. Pierre-Louis looks inbound. Loose ball, Dolce. Dolce dribbles it out of trouble. Finds Pierre-Louis between 3 Red Raiders, and he wins the battle. Banking it off the glass and good, and the lead just 4.
Starting to finally work it in down low and get some good possessions on a steal right here.
And a foul called on the inbound. Manny Dolce with the full court pressure. The ball came loose, and the contact came from Rodriguez trying to get back into the play.
Team 6 foul on that one. That'll be the first on Rodriguez.
Cheering section tonight. Absolutely phenomenal here from Fitchburg.
Oh, yeah, it's always great when you get a good showing from the Fitchburg High crowd.
3:40 to play here in the second quarter. 16-12 is Fitchburg's lead. Sage, thank you so much. We'll let you get back to leading things over there.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal job here tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming
Absolutely.
over.
It
Nice
was
to
fun.
see you, sir.
Good
You
to
too.
see you. Fitchburg High senior Sage gets his first trip out here tonight.
Best dressed award winner.
Best dressed award winner. Got the nice glasses going on. And Bill Thomas, he gave you a run for your money.
Is my job in jeopardy here or what? I got to tell you, I went over there when there's
He
4
can't
of them.
set the table up.
There's
so-
4 of them over there, right? And I said, hey, one of you guys, come on over, join us on the broadcast. You would have thought they all saw a ghost. They all pointed to him. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
I like it.
That's good.
At
You
some
got to start
point-
somewhere.
There is such a thing as positive peer pressure.
Yeah.
We'll call that positive
I
peer
hope he's
pressure.
over there taunting them all, saying, oh, my God, you don't know what you missed.
There's going to be a line.
I'm waiting for another one to show up here after halftime.
3:40 to play here in the second quarter. It's
That was fun.
16-12, and absolutely,
He
always
just,
great.
the only thing that I was a little worried about is it's different perspective, with the commentary. What do you do down there?
Who are
You
you
have the
talking
desk. You're wearing the suit. What are you doing?
to? Pierre-Louis shot off the mark, and Moore's got a rebound.
It's funny. They're all holding mics down there, and they've ripped all the wires out of their headsets in case you're interested.
Indeed,
Oh,
I
boy.
knew it. It's so sad.
But it's
Morrison,
funny.
the drive and kick, Beltray.
Nailed
A 3
that.
from the left corner.
Red
3:20
Raiders
to
still
play.
maintaining this lead here that they broke with from the first quarter.
They look like
hello.
they're playing at a totally different speed.
Yes.
Pierre-Louis' shot is off the mark, and the rebound is down for Rodriguez.
18th missed shot for the Blue Devils so far tonight. 18th.
The drive there was stripped off of Beltray, and the loose ball to Nardi. Give Nardi this. He's got a very impressive ability warming up before coming into the game with push-ups. The giveaway there. Morrison in transition, out of bounds, and the ball back to Leominster.
A lot of control. I will say, I did hear you ask him if they do this all the time.
Yes.
And they only come out for this.
Yes, he said
but
that.
he did say he's trying to help promote the tradition with the underclassmen, which I think is great. If the only reason you help promote this school unity just for this one rivalry, then he's doing his job.
And that kid, Sage, I'll tell you, would make a phenomenal student announcer
He could do
here
it.
for Fitchburg High School Television as part of our partners over at FATV. So I certainly hope they get a chance to hear some of that. Tough when you get a senior, but it would be great to find some underclassmen to do the games.
Well, if he goes to Fitchburg State.
And by the way, the same does apply in Leominster as well. If they had some
Absolutely.
underclassmen, we'd love to see that happen.
Todd wants to go back to high school. Oh, wait, you're in high school
I
every
was gonna
day.
say, I'm in high school every day. I'm just at Watertown High. Here's the drive.
It's my life, too.
Foul line shot, front rim, no. And up floor. Cam Kelly had leaked out. Love the defense to blow by, and Kelly laid it in. Good floor awareness there. He knew who was behind him.
Yeah, he knew he was being trailed, and he let him fly by. Great job.
Fitchburg tried to blow it down the right sideline and ran out of real estate right along the scorer's table. Shot by the official. Ball out of bounds, and it will go back to Leominster. 2:13 to play in the half. It's 19-14. Fitchburg's lead is 5.
I'm exhausted already.
Game's been a struggle, but I tell you, there's been a lot of energy exuded here between these two teams, and we'll have to see if they can keep it up in the second half.
Kionga drops it inside Dolce. Dolce for Kelly. Kelly getting bumped along the baseline. Shoots it back out to Powers. Powers the drive, left block, impressive passing. Someone's got to shoot. Here's the drive. Kionga, the push shot, and he traveled with it. A 20-second possession for Leominster that leads to a traveling violation. That's a problem.
Yeah, you don't want to accuse them of overpassing, but I saw a couple of good looks there that were passed up. You know, as you always say, make that extra pass, but you can't pass it right down to the shot clock because then you run out of options.
And at some point, someone's going to have the confidence to take that shot when they get the look. Here's the drive into the corner. Got tipped by Kelly, but was reeled in nicely by Beltray, and the foul is on the floor before the shot. 1:46 to play in the second quarter, 19-14. Fitchburg's lead is 5.
Both teams are at 6 fouls here, being the 1-and-1 bonus.
Yeah, initial bonus
Rest
here.
of the half.
Here's Morrison. Inbound, sets up a Beltray 3. Back rim, no. Perez has got himself the rebound, and now the run out. Perez up floor. Finds Flores Ramirez. Little underhand flip for Kelly. In no man's land, Kelly between 3 Red Raiders. Still took the shot. Got bumped. Pass was deflected. Loose ball was deflected by Beltray out of bounds. And the ball will stay with Leominster.
Good job by the Blue Devils here just to maintain this pace with the Red Raiders, but I'm still hoping that they start pounding the ball inside a little bit more. I know Red Raiders are very athletic, good jumping ability.
Sweltering in here.
Off the inbound. It ends up down low in the post for Dolce, and coming over the back there was Brian Beltray. See, Kate, I was much more used to the old brick house. Over there on, I'm going to look like a complete buffoon. Not that this will be the first time, by the way.
I was staying out of that.
One of these telecasts or anything. I just thought it'd
Hey,
be
Billy, that was
fun.
just a
Yeah, sometimes you throw a softball, you may as well
Put it
Oh,
on
yeah.
a tee. Put it on a
No
tee.
doubt about
You pitched it and hit it.
Academy Road. There we go. Wow. Got that one. The old brick house on Academy Road. Now, I believe, the middle school here in Fitchburg. And I'll tell you this. As it turns out, that gym, brick, classic, small little bandbox of a gym.
Refrigerator.
Was phenomenal. Phenomenal. It was always hot as could be over there.
Really?
Yes, always. Like a brick oven. It's really what it was like.
Sweltering. And we're down below. Bradley must be having hot flashes galore.
Leominster with the loose ball pick. Perez finds Pierre-Louis, who lays it in good. And the lead is just 1.
I can report Bradley's had 7 bottles of water already. I'm assuming he needs to use the men's room.
Here's the drive. The shot up on the rim. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. There was a push. Kevin Grunchfield furious over on the baseline. And he would like a call. And had a little discussion. Led to a chuckle. And down the floor
he
he
made a
goes.
funny.
I don't know what he said, but the ref almost swallowed his whistle over there laughing.
He made a funny.
I think he probably said, hey, you got the ball back. Quiet down.
Powers for Pierre-Louis. Through to Dolce. Dolce sets up a Flores Ramirez 3. And he traveled with it.
I don't
Say, quick with the
know.
whistle there for these kids for traveling.
I don't know.
I mean, that's probably the most frustrating part of the game.
You want to promote dribbling. I'm all about that. But I wasn't sure. I almost thought it was an up and down. Morrison almost lost the ball in the third row.
His reaction was fabulous.
Whoa. All right. I'm going to need that. 40 seconds to play here in the second quarter. 19-18. Fitchburg's lead. And
Beautiful.
make it 3. 22-18. 30 seconds to play here in the half.
Nice soft shot by Alejandro there.
Differential is about 3 seconds. Shot clock to game clock. Down low, the find Perez. Strong take for Flores Ramirez, and he got posterized down low there.
That's whiplash.
Yes, indeed. And the loose ball, Flores Ramirez, it gets fouled, comes to the line.
That's Rodriguez's second, team 8th of the half. I think some people are going to be in foul trouble in the second half. Just, throwing that out there.
What started out, by the way, first quarter of action, a pretty clean game.
Yeah.
Wasn't a lot of fouls called.
Now I say one thing and boom.
Flores Ramirez shot off the mark. 22.7 to play, second quarter. Fitchburg's lead is 3 at 22-18. And yet, shot clock is off, so last shot opportunity here for Fitchburg on the next possession.
Oh, say no.
Deep knee bend, Flores Ramirez shot up, won't go. Pierre-Louis battled for the rebound, kept it alive for Leominster. Dolce got the loose ball, finds Perez. Fake the pass, now the drive, and called for palming that one, and back the other way they go.
12th turnover in the half.
Another tough call that you don't see all that often, but fraction's an infraction.
Yep, indeed, and back into the ball game, little offense for defense. Mariku back into the game, Perez to the bench. Kevin Grudgefield up and animated here in the waning 10 seconds. Here's the drive, floater off mark, rebound down in the hands of Nardi. And there's a collision there as the defender tried to get back into the play and just didn't realize Nardi had stopped and collided right in. It's like being in a traffic light.
Ran him over.
First guy stop, you don't look up, boom, tap the bumper. That's a foul.
The guy that's from the hits in from the behind, he's in fault.
Got to be in control of your vehicle at all times. 5.5 seconds to play here in the second quarter. 22-18, Fitchburg's lead is 4.
I have to see if the Blue Devils take advantage of this couple of free foul shots here. You got to hit the first one, though. In the bonus. And
that one does go for Nardi.
I can't help but comment. I love the way Kionga wears his shorts.
Goes with
old
the 80s
school.
look, rolls
old
a little
school.
bit,
I'm
gets it up.
thinking Larry Bird era.
Yep.
High and tight. I love the look.
The 80s short shorts are back on the floor there. They are at this point. I mean, as style goes,
they're coming back.
They are. The shorter shorts are coming back because these kind of current model are very baggy.
Yeah,
and it can be very difficult to move on the floor.
And the ref just picked on him with a foul there on that inbounds.
Your shorts are too short. Foul. Back the other way.
I don't think they're too short.
Not at all, but it was a fun way to continue that. Leominster,
I mean, we're talking about the difference from the 90s and the early 2000s where they're about as blousy as you could possibly get. They're like swimming trunks and pajamas.
Johnson is at the line.
You know those shorts that I steal are yours.
That's right. That one goes as well. 23-20. Fitchburg's lead 3 once again.
That's the best thing about marriage, Billy. You just take whatever clothes you want.
Oh, I
fabulous.
know. I know. Mix and match.
Yep. I'll take those.
See, you dress them the way you want, then you know what your options are when it comes time to borrow them.
I have so many jokes, and I think all of them would make me look bad. So I am not saying any of them. So we're just going to leave it alone. Sometimes you
Smartest
just have
thing
to
you
know.
ever did all night.
First time in a career. That one will go as well for Johnson.
Oh, God, there are people.
The lead is 4 at 24-20. Waning seconds, now 1. Dolce is good
Boom.
if it goes. He got it on the rim, and it will not go. Halftime at the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse, game number 2, featuring the boys of Leominster and Fitchburg. 24-20, Fitchburg's lead at the half. Much different game than that girls' game we watched just a little while ago. End-to-end action, speed on both sides, and they were really pushing the pace.
Yeah, a lot of athleticism, which we expected. We weren't too certain on the skill level of side what we were going to see. It probably wasn't going to be artistic, But as I said before the game, I thought it was going to be entertaining, and it's all of that.
Indeed it has been. A break. Halftime coming up. Kate's got your first half stats. We preview second half action. 24-20. Fitchburg on top of Leominster at the half. More to come. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Back inside the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse at halftime of game number 2. Fitchburg's boys find themselves on top of Leominster by a 24-20 mark here at halftime. It's been an end-to-end game, lots of speed, exactly what we promised you in the pregame. You weren't going to see a lot of half-court offenses. You were going to see quick up and down the floor. It's what you've seen thus far. And Kate, those stats bear it out. And right now, the problem for Leominster, although they've gotten back into it in the last couple of minutes, there was a cover on that basket for a good part of the second quarter.
Oh, there absolutely was, particularly in the first quarter for sure. So if we take a look at Leominster's side of the ball first, team totals first, 6 of 27 from the field. That's only 22% shooting from the field. They missed 21 shots. 2 of 10 from behind the three-point arc, that's 20%. 15 rebounds, 1 steal, 12 turnovers. They shot 6 of 11 from behind the charity stripe, that's 55%. Individual contributions from the Blue Devils, Nardi with 5, Dolce with 2, Kelly with 2, Pierre-Louis with 9, and Kyunga with 2 as well. Right now, they have the 4-point deficit. On the opposite side of the ball, the Red Raiders from the field, 7 of 24, that's 29% shooting. They are 3 of 10 from behind the three-point arc, that's 30%. 10 rebounds, 4 steals, only 4 turnovers for the Red Raiders. They shot 4 of 6 from behind the charity stripe, 66%. If we take a look at individual scoring contributions, Rodriguez with 1, Johnson with 7, Morrison with 4, Ware with 2, Beltry with 4, Alejandro with 3, and Ramos with 3 as well. So if you take a look at that, that's 7 different Red Raiders putting something in a basket.
And leading them to a 4-point lead at 24-20. Bill Thomas, second half coming up here for Leominster. What do they got to do? Meanwhile, what's Fitchburg going to look to stop?
Well, I think Leominster's got to do a better job of getting the ball inside. They're taking too many outside shots. They got a mocked advantage when it comes to height, but I haven't seen them try to take advantage of it in the first half. I hope they adjust a little bit, pound it inside, maybe get a couple of the Red Raiders in foul trouble, and kind of let the momentum flow from there.
Can they keep up with the speed of Fitchburg? That is the question we'll answer here in the second half of action. Does Fitchburg get their second win of the year and their second over Leominster, sweeping the season series? Or does Leominster find themselves their third win on the season? We've got 16 more minutes to find it out. Second half begins when we come back. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Back inside the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. Second half action begins. 16 minutes to go. 24-20, Fitchburg's lead.
I'm exhausted. How are you?
We're ready for another one.
The crowd's not tired at all.
They are not. They hopped all the way through halftime. What a great atmosphere here in the Fieldhouse tonight.
Party.
Shot off the mark there out of the hands of Nardi and out of bounds. Last touch, Leominster. It's Fitchburg basketball.
That's a good way to put it, Kate. It's like a block party over here.
Party.
Matter of fact, the AD's over here trying to control the student body. They're about ready to rush the floor. It's only the second half.
Loose pass picked by Kelly.
Oh,
Kelly to the basket. Offensive foul. New basket.
Yeah, good job there by was that number 23 standing there and just taking the brunt of that.
That should be Kelly's second, and it is team first of the second half.
And that's one of those problems for not having a restraining area in high school basketball. I think De Leon was under the cylinder,
yeah,
but they don't have that rule.
No, they don't have that extra marking where you got to give the driving player a little room.
Yep. You can't draw the charge
in there, yeah,
in that restraining area. 7:20 to play here in the third quarter. Fitchburg's lead is 4. The driving kick from Morrison, side of the backboard for Rodriguez. Loose ball, though, kept alive by Chandler. Sets up a De Leon, 2. It won't fall for him, and Perez got himself the rebound. Now Perez slings it down floor for Nardi. Nardi slip slides and picks up the basketball. Minute into this third quarter, nobody has scored. Fitchburg still leads by 4 at 24-20, and Kelly,
that's
from
an
a terrible
odd
angle, manages to get a shot off and get fouled, and De Leon's going to send him to the line for 2 shots.
He got bailed out on that one because he
Indeed.
went way too deep. He
If
was
I'm-
on the baseline.
If I'm De Leon, I go ahead, honey. Have fun.
Yeah, I
From
know
that
it.
angle?
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
As it was, he hit the side of the backboard, but
That's
he's
only
getting some free foul shots here.
De Leon's first team first.
Manny Dolce's been having an ongoing conversation with the officials and as they continue their discussion. Shot up, won't go for Kelly. And here we go, back down floor in the hands of Beltray.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta, give your case.
Beltray to Rodriguez, underhand flip De Leon, foul line drop. Here's Morrison, 3 falling away, won't go. Kelly had position on the rebound, and he chased it down along the baseline, and
Something.
Nardi got the basketball, and now he drops to one knee. He might have gotten
Took a
poked.
finger or something.
Yeah,
An elbow.
It was his eye. Now it's his lip. Now it's his
Yeah.
lip and his eye.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Nardi stays
He's
in the
gonna
game.
stay in, yeah.
Conacher.
Tough kid.
Yeah. I'm confused. Here we go. De Leon all the way back on the baseline. Excuse me, Dolce.
A little full court.
Dolce
pressure.
finds Pierre-Louis. And here's Pierre-Louis with a little press break to Dolce. Has to go cross court to Conacher.
Haven't seen a lot of Conacher.
No, we haven't, but he's had the varsity experience over the last few years. Here's the drive. Ball came loose. Conacher chased down the loose ball. Cross courts it back. Finds Pierre-Louis. Spots up a 3. Back rim, no. Conacher crashed for the rebound, but he got out jumped for it. And here we go the other way. It's Beltray. Beltray the drive. Kick De Leon. Underhand. Scoops it up, and it's good. Fitchburg's on the board. 26-21. They hold the lead at 5.
Pretty up and under on the baseline there. Textbook. And,
Now the 8th player for Fitchburg to have a scoring contribution on the tally sheet.
5:45 to play here in the third quarter. Perez on the drive, and the foul is on the floor before the shot.
Right now, Leominster doesn't know where the scoring is going to come from. This becomes a little bit of a problem because this is Rodriguez's 3rd foul of the game.
people are confused here. They're not sure if he's shooting or what. Perez wants.
On
He
the
wants
floor.
to shoot. He's
He
like,
does indeed,
no,
but the foul
no.
was on the floor. And
It's
I
an
think both of
inbound.
you mentioned it in halftime of this one. Fouls certainly are going to be a problem in this second half, and particularly for Fitchburg.
Yeah.
Nardi looking for Pierre-Louis. Got the inbound to him. Pierre-Louis, strong take. Count the basket and a foul.
That's that inside game. I wish they would just pressure more. Lob, do that high lob, out jump, use Gavinsky's height, and who else we got out there that's got some height there? Conacher. But when
Givenchy,
Powers is out there,
Pierre-Louis?
same thing. You know, use that height.
He literally has the coolest name ever.
And Pierre-Louis to complete a three-point play. Got it to go. And the lead now for Fitchburg is just 2. It's 26-24. Fitchburg, 5:40 to play in the third.
Right now, Pierre-Louis has half of Leominster's points. He's at 12.
And it's looked that way in this game across these 3 quarters.
Coolest name, gotta have all the points, right?
Here's the drive. Morrison. Little handoff inside for Johnson. Hand it back inside for De Leon. De Leon for Morrison
Oh,
again.
my.
Now a corner. Right hand 3 off mark for Beltray. Lemons to the rebound. Up floor, Pierre-Louis had leaked out down floor. He got stripped, and a foul call there. Battling was Devontae Johnson. He made sure, hey, if you're going to give the foul, make sure he can't make the shot. And he
You
did.
saw what Pierre Levinsky was going to do, though, right?
He was looking for a little
Pierre-Louis
alley-oop.
Gavinsky. He was going dunk.
Jam. Yeah,
he was
looking
going
jam.
jam city right
Yeah,
there.
he thought about it.
You could see he had that little hook in their hand, and he was ready to sky.
Good thought. Front rim. Another one coming up.
Speaking of fun like that, I was watching some of the Assabet Valley highlights from their boys basketball.
Yes.
They alley-oop.
Really?
Talking to one of my kids today, and I'm like, you alley-oop? They're like,
mean-
yeah, Mrs. Robbins, obviously.
Even if you can only stack a couple sheets of paper, it does count. There's this strong take from Brian Beltray. Count the basket and a foul.
Quick first step there, the basket. He just diced his way right through 2 or 3 Blue Devils. The last one there felt the need to try to stop him, but to no avail.
You know,
Going for the and one.
we talk about the hang time on like punts in football. The transition time from either made basket or change of possession on one end of the floor for Fitchburg and then down floor into the offensive end
So fast.
is a blink of an eye.
Yeah, Fitchburg is very, very athletic.
Dolce finds Nardi. Off the mark, but it comes to Pierre-Louis. Got some room, cut it up on the rim over 2 Red Raiders, and no love from that rim. Under 5 to play here in the third. There's a three-pointer.
They don't waste any time. They don't waste any time hoisting it up there either. Oh, that was a sloppy
De
pass.
Leon, and makes it count. A
Timeout.
5-point swing and a timeout, Kevin Grudgefield.
Sloppy
4:37 to play in the third. 33-24, and Fitchburg's blown that lead right back open.
All of a sudden, a close game is just, it suddenly looks like it's gotten out of hand. And we'll have to see if the Blue Devils can answer out of this timeout. It's going to be difficult to get that momentum back, especially the crowd is fired up over here to our right.
Public address announcer here at the Grutch tonight has been playing to this massive student section all night long. 4:37 to play here in the third. 33-24 is Fitchburg's lead. What a game. What a game thus far. And we're not done yet.
I love it.
I mean, you know, and we can say it over and over again, but I don't care what the records are when these two schools get together, and I don't care what sport it is. And I think it shows tonight. The parents have turned out. The student athletes have turned out. You know, the student body. It's just great to see.
A combined 3-28 record between these two schools coming into tonight.
You know, we were talking about that off air. You know, it's like, it's not like we're watching teams combined with only 3 wins. And especially on, I mean, we've seen quite a bit of Leominster, but I'm just curious on why this Fitchburg squad has not won at least 2 or 3 more games just with their athleticism.
And, you know, Sage, when we had him join us as a special guest in the second quarter, he's been at the games. He said, I really don't know. Here's the drive. Perez got end-to-end with it. Didn't go. Pierre-Louis the follow. Cleaned up the garbage on the doorstep for 2.
Using his height nicely there, controlling the offensive rebound.
Clean and good body
control.
control.
Put it right up, back up.
Over the top of the man in front of him.
Kept the ball over his head. Just
Morrison
key.
to De Leon, dribbled it off his knee, still alive. 15 to shoot. De Leon step back, rebalance the floor. Drive to the left side. Shot won't go. Conacher out jump for the rebound as they kept it alive. And the ball ends up out of bounds. No foul call here.
You know what I find most interesting is that Fitchburg's boys team has 1 win on the season, and this is the reception that they get from the student body. Whereas Leominster, I mean, not faring all that much better, but very little support, no support from anybody. Really, I mean, there are people here, but
indeed there are.
You can hear a pin drop on the other side of the gym.
Conacher shifted the feet on the drive down the lane.
You know, I think, and that's a point well taken, Kate. And, you know, we've been kind of kicking this around the entire broadcast. The turnout tonight is fantastic. And if you told me that these times combined, you know, have a total of 3 wins, I would guess both of these teams are in playoff contention the way the atmosphere is.
And this may be the playoff game for both of them. Here's the drive. De Leon, little interior passing. Found Flores. Set up a 3 and banked it in.
Wow.
DeMarte Johnson says glass.
I was going to say, he didn't call glass. I don't know if they should give him the 3. Just give him 2 for that.
36-26. Fitchburg's lead is 10. 3.5 to play here in the third quarter. Here's Cam Kelly, double team. Feed Perez, and he walked with it, going back the other way.
Quick with the whistle.
Now those feet shifts are obvious. You can just see them slide, and if the ball's not on the floor, it's a walk.
Consistent all night, though.
And what did we say? You weren't going to see a showcase of skills. It was athleticism, and that's what we've seen all night long. But athleticism has its limits.
That's yep.
Oh.
No basket. No basket down the floor. Morrison with the drive. A little bit of jaw jacking between Morrison, and the conversation continues with Torres.
It's following them around, and they're talking.
And they're still chatting about it.
Yeah.
And the referee will stand between them, and now it's going to be, hey, neutral corners.
Knock it off. And knock it off.
And the discussion continues. Morrison was not willing to accept his part of the conversation.
Right.
The official said, no, that's you.
He wanted the last word.
And the temperature increases that much more.
Yeah, the mercury is rising.
And the fans are kind of getting a little out of control here, too.
Out on the floor as well. Makes it a little difficult for us to see from our broadcast position. But here we go. Ball stolen away by Flores Ramirez.
We need a get-back guy.
Indeed we do. Dolce, 20 to shoot on the possession.
I'm just happy
Under
it's
3 minutes to play
not like
in the
the
third.
football game where they're going to go back and forth down the court.
Here's the drive. Kick inside to the foul line.
It's a very organic
Dolce
crowd.
sets up Flores Ramirez. He got hit as he was releasing that ball in the lower body, and no call.
Nothing.
Morrison ends up with it in transition. Coach Kevin Grudgefield stalks the floor, stares. Not much to say at this moment. Down low, tried to get it up from a bad angle there. Won't go for Johnson. Here comes Dolce in transition. Leapt over everybody. Shot went up too strong. And Dolce looks a little gimpy going back down floor. 2:05 to play here in the third. 10-point lead for Fitchburg at 36-26. Sets up a corner three for Morrison. And Morrison hits the three. See the three, be the three, and the lead is 13.
3 threes so far in this quarter for Fitchburg.
39-26, Kelly throws it away. De Leon, 2-on-2 down floor with Morrison. Sets up Morrison, spot up for three.
Oh.
Front rim, no. Ball last touched by Fitchburg, and Leominster's got the basketball.
We're not gonna be
Flores
able
with
to
the last
see
touch.
anything.
Crowd getting a little overly rambunctious here in front of us. I
I love the spunk.
think we're going to have to call in some crowd control people before the game's over. They're working their way down in front of us here. There is a lot of enthusiasm on the floor.
Indeed there is,
will
and I
say that.
do love that. 1:35 to play here in the third. De Leon got a hand on the inbound, but Leominster still controls. Kionga to Dolce. Guns it up the middle of the floor. Finds Pierre-Louis. Drops it on the floor for Flores Ramirez. Swing around. Kionga. Kionga back to Dolce. 13 to shoot. Princeton offense being employed here for Leominster. Kelly tries to drop it down low. Stepped in the lane, thrown away. You can run the four-corner stall, but you've got to score on the possession. You're trying to shorten the game, but you got to get yourself back into it with about a minute here to play in the third.
Tough drive
Foul
right
on the
there.
drive, yes, and I believe it's Dolce who committed the foul.
I mean, I understand down in this end they're looking for Gavinsky Pierre-Louis, but waited too long to try to pound it into him. You got to get him up when he's at the top of the mid-block when he's going back and forth. You can't wait till he's under the basket or standing under the baseline. You can't do anything with it then. And that was just a little bit of overpassing there. You got to get it into him and let him work that in and out game and find his spot.
Beltray is at the line. First shot away, got it to go. And make it 40-26.
The lead keeps it growing.
Indeed it does.
Slowly expanding it out from 4 at halftime. All of a sudden we're looking at 14 here.
And that is
We got a
long
16 to 4 quarter. Is that what I'm doing for some quick math here? Oh, it's worse than that. 6.
Second one goes as well.
16
Add that to the total.
Yeah, I don't know.
16 to 5.
16-5 run here in the third quarter, says Kate. Under a minute to go here in the third. 41-26, Fitchburg's lead. It's a long, dark path for Leominster to crawl out of. Perez for Nardi. 3, backed it in, count it. That's a good start. 41-29, 40 seconds to play here in the third frame. Here's the drive, spin, Beltray, shot, off the mark, won't go. Battle for the basketball is brought in by Pierre-Louis. He finds Handel, drops it for Powers. Corner for Kionga. Kionga was working on Moore. Through Nardi, back to Perez, back to Nardi. Not afraid to take it, had that jab step going. Now here's the drive, the shot up, front rim won't go, and Powers with the unceremonious decleating on the baseline.
That's a good way of putting it. But I got to tell you, I'm watching what's going on inside, and I got to give, let's see who we got here. It's the big kid, number 32, where we at here. Ramos doing a great job fronting Pierre-Louis and just denying him the ball down here on the Blue Devil offensive end.
Here comes the inbound. Beltray. Last couple of seconds here of quarter three. 3 seconds. This one's good if it goes, and it's off the mark for Alex Flores at the buzzer. 3 quarters of play in the books from the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. The score, Fitchburg 41 and Leominster 29.
Not a good quarter for the Blue Devils, but the athleticism of the Red Rays, I think, is starting to wear the Blue Devils down a little bit. And they're just one step behind on these loose balls. They can't get in front of the passes, create steals, and what we see is an increase from a 4-point lead to a 12-point lead here after 3.
Game that was 24-20 at the half, now 41-29 Fitchburg. Going to be a long road to climb out of here for Leominster. I see Kate doing some tabulations here, and Kate, we did note it was roughly a 17-point quarter for Fitchburg.
Sounds about right.
To Leominster's 9.
I'm still going over here. You're asking me questions, and I'm not ready.
Did I ask a question?
Well, I'm watching it do some math over there, and I'm guessing most of the conversation is going to be around Pierre-Louis when it comes to the scoring. The Blue Devils just struggling to find somebody else to take the pressure off him, and in this zone that the Red Raiders are running down, and they're just collapsing on top of Pierre-Louis any chance they get.
You're absolutely right. Pierre-Louis with 14 points.
We want to thank all of our great broadcast supporters all year long, bringing you coverage of Leominster High School athletics here on Leominster TV. Todd Robbins with Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins. Bradley Bedard bringing you the pictures high above Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse, Florida 9.
And our special guest, Sage.
And Sage.
Senior, Sage.
Ball through the hands there of Ramos. Ramos the driving kick.
Gotta roll your eye.
Indeed.
Ramos.
Where? With now 5 seconds to shoot. Set up a corner, Morrison 3. Front rim, no, but a fresh 30 here, run down by Ramos. Ball was tipped by Kionga, but Fitchburg still got possession. Loose ball, tipped away, scramble on the floor. It's pulled away by Nardi. And Nardi looking for Kionga. Tries to throw it off of Morrison, but handed it right to him. Going the other way, Ware. One-on-one with Perez. Ware gave up position, threw up a bad shot. Missed and going the other way. Perez for Nardi, 3, and Nardi hit it.
And the foul.
And the foul.
And 1 on the 3. 4-point, very rare chance for a 4-point play here.
Nardi fired up, hit the 3-pointer, chance for a 4-point play, and the only thing I didn't like is he got in the face of the Red Raider after the foul call and threw some sort of hand symbols at him.
Yeah, a little me thing.
When you're down by, 16 still, probably doesn't matter.
9.
16,
But
whatever.
anything, you've been losing the whole game. It's kind of like the football player that down by 3 touchdowns but makes one play and gets up, pounding his chest.
In other news, that's Ware's 4th.
And that one won't roll, and Ware has certainly been quiet, but part of the floor. Loose ball stripped away.
Oh, great
Kept
save.
alive, indeed. Nice save made there by Mariku. Shot up, missed. Pierre-Louis going to have another opportunity. Shot up front rim, no. Mariku crashing the boards. Loose ball, more. And the chaos has gone out on the floor.
Bodies flying everywhere, but the ball not going through the hoop for the Blue Devils.
6.5 to play here in quarter 4, 41-32. Here's the drive. De Leon, stop, traveling violation call. Slid on the floor as he tried the jump stop.
Looked like he was going to make another pass, but thought better of it. Slid to a stop, got called for traveling. Crowd's working. It's migrating its way down this way.
It's growing. Kate's moving her way up into the higher broadcast location.
Just can't see. It's better up here. Just gonna throw that out there.
The air better up there?
Oh, pushing, shoving.
A lot of contact out on the floor. This one's going to get interesting before it's over. 41-32, Fitchburg's lead. James Powers with the defense on Ramos. Ramos wanted some help. He wanted to just get rid of the basketball. He'll hand it off for Morrison. Morrison to drive.
All alone.
Kick. Here comes a 3 for Alejandro. Front rim, no, but De Leon the rebound.
No Blue Devils there under the basket.
And certainly no one that was able to reel in the basketball.
Strong side rebound, too. Should have been at least 2 Blue Devils there.
Ramos working on Powers. Gave it up for Moore. Moore the drive.
Oh, my word.
Foul call. A lot of body contact.
Not only that, around the neck. That's not good.
5:56 to play here in quarter 4.
And some angry parents about that one. I don't blame them there. It's going to be Dolce's second.
Once again, a lot of the Red Raiders offense is coming off that quick first step by their guards.
Indeed.
Not afraid to put the ball on the floor and take it into the paint. Doing a good job of that, controlling the offensive end.
Moore hit the first one. He's got a second opportunity coming up. Got that one to go as well. 43-32, 5:55 to play here in the final frame.
He's the 9th Red Raider on the score sheet tonight.
And it has been balanced, and it has been end-to-end. They gave up the opening three-pointer of the game to Giovinski Pierre-Louis, and they pretty much haven't looked back from there. Here's Ramos. Bringing up floor with the left-hand dribble, working on Nardi. Handing it off for Morrison. Morrison now on Nardi, and there goes Morrison skidding across the floor as Nardi with a little hip check. And that'll be the 7th foul called on Leominster. Bonus rest of the way for both sides.
Nardi's second.
Timeout taken on the floor.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Leominster will take the timeout to talk things over. 5.5 to play here in the fourth quarter, 43-32. Fitchburg's lead in this one.
I know it's a fairly low-scoring affair tonight, but wow, has it been exciting.
Indeed, it has been
just
end-to-end
wow.
action up and down the
I
floor.
mean, the atmosphere and the game itself has combined to make a great evening of basketball. I mean, we had some drama in the first game about playoff implications, but this game's just about pride right now.
Indeed, it has been. 55-26. Leominster a winner in the girls' matchup, which led things off tonight. You can see both games replayed here on Leominster TV throughout the week and on into the weeks to come. We very much do hope to have the opportunities. This is our last scheduled basketball broadcast of the regular season. We certainly do hope that once the seedings and pairings come out for that girls' playoff action, we do hope to be there as well in the coming weeks.
Somewhere in Central Mass?
Somewhere in Central Mass.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
MIAA.
Goodness. Welcome back to Central Mass.
And let me
playoffs.
add, if you're having any kind of problems with the LTV website, feel free to check us out on YouTube because they're posting our games on YouTube. LTV has a YouTube channel. Go search us out on YouTube.
At Leominster TV. 44-32 on the made free throw for Morrison.
It's so warm in here.
You're up a little higher. Heat rises.
Sweltering.
Morrison's second goes as well. 45-32, Fitchburg's lead, 5.5 to play here. Coming out of the timeout.
Oh, okay.
Forward the ball goes for Pierre-Louis. Body contact there, backing up for Alejandro.
Kind of an odd foul right there.
And that is the
His
1-and-1. So to the line goes Pierre-Louis.
Not a real smart foul, but we'll have to see if Pierre-Louis can convert.
We said Alejandro's fourth. Kate, how are the rest of the Red Raiders doing on fouls?
Alejandro and Ware both have 4. Rodriguez has 3, and everybody else is fine.
Okay, up floor they go.
Pierre-Louis
More
misses.
with Pierre-Louis all around him and Dolce on the other side, and Coach Jack Scott gets more out of trouble, effectively using the timeout. 5:18 to play here in the fourth quarter, 45-32. Fitchburg's lead with a timeout on the floor.
Second time that we've seen Coach Scott jump up and utilize the timeout to save a possession there when his player's in trouble. Smart coaching right there.
Indeed, and I'm just taking a quick look down here, kind of see. Hang on, I want to get the girls' standings, Billy. I know you have them here somewhere because that is going to certainly play into, now that we are all a part of one big happy Central Mass family again for hoops. Let's take a look at some possibilities here. Leominster looks like it's going to finish somewhere in the middle of the pack. My suspicions is Algonquin and maybe a home game for Leominster, depending on how things shake out and how many of the Midwatch B teams come up to qualify in that Division I round.
Exactly. See if they make an 18 bracket. That would give us, 4 against 5, the way things sit right now, with 3 against 6. But we'll have to see if they combine some A and Bs here where they actually do fall. But the playoff game, home or away, is still a good accomplishment.
Indeed, and we'll have that information coming up for you in the coming weeks. You can stay tuned to Facebook for more information. 5:10 to play here in the fourth quarter, 45-32. It's Ramos with the drive. He got stripped. Nardi's got the basketball and out of trouble. Nardi for Pierre-Louis. Pierre-Louis a long way from the basket. Gave it up for Nardi, and now back to Perez. Perez directing traffic. Pierre-Louis going, hey, I'm right here, and I got a size mismatch. They couldn't get it inside. Now here's the one bounce for Mariku. Good turnaround shot, got displaced. Shot won't fall, but Mariku's going to get 2 shots from the line.
Yeah, Pierre-Louis knew he had a player on with about a foot shorter than him. He was just reaching over him. Give me the ball, but they didn't. A little high lob action might have worked well there, but we'll never know.
And sometimes that's about seeing the whole floor and not just the part that's immediately in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
That shot won't fall for Mariku. And for Leominster, Kate, not making their free throws, not helping the total and trying to stem the tide.
Yeah, not making their free throws at all. They were 55% at the half, but right now, I mean, Pierre-Louis is 1 of 5 on the night. Kelly 0 of 1. Flores Ramirez 0 of 2. Others not so bad off. Nardi and Dolce 2 of 2. Kianga 2 of 3 for the Blue Devils.
That one will go for Mariku. Got 1 out of 2 on the trip. 45-33. 4.5 to play here in the 4th quarter. Cross court pass picked by Dolce. Steps on the gas.
Oh,
swatted away.
hello.
What a foul called.
Woo. Come
Elio
out of nowhere.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, hello.
Scrambled back into the play. Swatted it away from Dolce, but it was body first. And Dolce's got 2 shots from the line.
How fast was he? How fast?
Come out of nowhere.
Covers the floor like you would not believe.
Oh,
You know, you
the crowd
mentioned
is dissipated. I'm coming back.
You mentioned Dolce looked a little gimpy, and I noticed right now he's favoring his right ankle. Looks like he's wearing an ankle brace on that ankle
Indeed
also.
it does.
As I pay a little more attention to him, but he's definitely favoring that right ankle.
That one won't go. Certainly didn't see him in regular action when we had some games earlier on our schedule here on TV. So certainly got to wonder about his health. Kianga is at the table for the shooter. 1 more shot for Dolce. And that one goes. And here we go. Kianga back into the ball game. Manny Dolce gonna get a blow.
Good move here, a little offense, defense. You don't want to have him get taken advantage of on the defensive end.
4:20 to play here in the 4th.
Syntax, dear.
45-34.
Blue Devils switched to his zone. They were playing man-to-man earlier in the game, but
Good dribble there on the cross from Rodriguez.
This crowd is on every slip up the Blue Devils make.
Indeed. Back up top to Morrison. 5 to shoot. Got to get rid of this one. Now 3 to shoot. Wide open Rodriguez. Last pass. They got it up on the rim with 1 to go. And Alejandro could not finish with the shot clock expiring.
They did everything right on that possession except convert that layup.
What they did do was peel another 30 seconds off the game clock. Kianga. Back up top for Nardi. Nardi floats post, but wide of Pierre-Louis. Tries the turnaround. Shot, and he got it to go.
Good
right
job.
over. Some great defense played there.
I wish I'd see him do that more, and that's where I think his game is right there, and he needs to force that issue, in my opinion.
And if you're Fitchburg, all you can do is tip your cap.
Morrison, cross-court 3 from Beltray. Not going to fly. But Mariku pulls in the rebound. And, Kate, I agree with you. Sometimes that's all you can do. Here's Perez. Comes to Nardi. Back for Perez.
Right there. There's Gavinsky over here in his spot. He was on this low block with a smaller player on him.
Three-pointer launched. Three-pointer hit.
That works,
for
too.
Gene Nardi.
Nardi's third 3 of the night.
And there comes the Leominster crowd for the first time tonight. Something to cheer about.
Well,
And that's going to force a timeout from Jack Scott. And look at the Leominster cheering section finally finding some energy here, trying to get behind the boys.
Blue Devils cutting the lead down to 6 woke people up, too, on the Leominster side.
Indeed it did. 45-39 with the clock stopped on the Jack Scott timeout. 2:48 to play here in the 4th quarter.
They had otherwise been very, very, very quiet.
Yes.
with an extra emphasis on very,
On
because
very.
they haven't had a lot to cheer about tonight since the girls' game ended. But that first 3-pointer to start the game, and then it's been pretty much all Red Raiders from then on out.
Indeed it has.
Last couple of minutes here, Blue Devils done a good job making a game of it here with 2:48 to go, but we'll have to see if they can sustain this momentum that they've created in the last minute or two.
And you have to wonder, Bill Thomas, how much the game plan early on in the second half to try to peel the clock down, to try to shorten the basketball game, work for the best shot. This is my only problem with, call it the Princeton offense, call it the Georgetown offense,
Prevent
call it what
defense
you
in
will.
football.
It just, by cycling the basketball, waiting for that shot, when you're peeling 25 and 30 seconds off of every possession, you shorten the game, and when you were down at the half, you didn't have time for that.
Right. And I think if you're a team that's leading and that's not your game, that's not how you built the lead, all of a sudden you lose your momentum. It's tough to get that back.
Some jaw-jacking with ball not even in play.
Saw that, huh? Yeah.
Not even in play.
The conversation continues,
A little bit
and
more
here's
than
the drive.
conversation.
Into the corner, Rodriguez into a double team. Tried the drive and kick, couldn't do it. Here we go up floor. Nardi for Kionga. Closed the angle, no finish. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch, Nardi, and the ball goes to Fitchburg.
Those are the types of errors as time continues to tick off the clock that Leominster cannot have. And talk about reasons why you might have a 2-win season. Being able to finish a basketball game, not making those kinds of mistakes is key.
Here's the drive. Kick back up from Rodriguez for De Leon. De Leon, little mid-range jumper. Got it to go, 47-39.
Because with each mistake you make, Fitchburg is not making those mistakes right now.
And they've made them pay on every opportunity, seemingly, as we go under 2 minutes in the last quarter. Mariku up top finds Nardi. Nardi the drive, the drop-off for Kionga. Down on the floor, Perez. Perez drives, stop at the elbow, set up Kionga, stutter, walk, back the other way.
Another one. Those are, again,
Plus
unforced errors.
Way too much passing there when you're down by 8 with only 2 minutes left in the game. Too. You got to get the ball up.
This is the time where you have to run that 2-minute offense, is the comparison that you would have in football.
Exactly.
Got to make it quick. You got to make it hurt, and you cannot have unforced errors. You're just coughing the ball up to your opposition.
Minute and a half to play in the fourth quarter, 47-39, and the foul is called on a hold as Beltre was trying to move. He got grabbed onto, and the foul, the second charge to Moses Perez. 1:29 to play here in the fourth. That sends Beltre to the line. 1-1, I believe, is the opportunity here.
That's the 8th foul. Yep.
Beltre at the line, gets it to go. And
Big
throws.
foul shots right here.
Yes,
Stem this
indeed.
momentum the Blue Devils had slowly created for themselves here in the last couple of minutes.
Because if he makes this, the lead is 10.
And a shot is away, and it is. 49-39, that lead of 10 restored once again. Down floor, Dolce, you can see, hobbled a little bit, but keeping the foot on the gas. Around it goes. Nardi fires up a 3 and hits. And Coach Kevin Grudgefield quickly off the bench for the timeout.
And I tell you what, Nardi is what is keeping them in this game right now. On the night, he's got 5, count them, 5 3-pointers. He's got 3 of them in the fourth quarter alone. Right now, he and Pierre-Louis are the only ones with field goals in the fourth quarter. Right now, Nardi is trying to put this Leominster Blue Devils team on his back and try to carry them across the finish line. But every time he does, the Blue Devils turn around and they make an unforced error. They cough the ball back up. They're not being disciplined and they're not being quick enough. They've got to run that 2-minute offense, and they're not doing it.
1:16 to play in the fourth. 49-42.
Dance party broke out.
And the dance party continues here in the Fitchburg student section.
They can dance.
They
man.
can dance. There
All
is
of
no
them.
doubt about it.
All of them. I love it.
I always
Some of the shy ones are looking at us.
I was
going to
say, and that would have been me. Let me just take 3 big steps back and hope nobody notices that I was doing that.
Yeah.
She keeps looking at me. I want to be like, honey, you're okay.
It's okay. You're going to be fine.
Okay.
You can't do it, but that's all right.
The rest of them are on the ground. I love it. It's absolutely
We don't have
fabulous.
cameras, but we're not afraid to talk about you, so just keep
right.
doing what you're doing.
That's it.
love
Hey, keep on, keep it on.
No, I
What an
dance like
atmosphere
that in
tonight.
class. My kids think it's the most horrible thing they've ever seen. They just look at me and they go, please stop. We'll do our work if you stop.
Minute 5 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Sometimes you just got to dance it out.
Morrison around into the corner. Beltre under a minute to play now.
Now here's a team who has time to throw the ball around. And
Yes,
waste
they
some
do.
Time.
Morrison for De Leon. Up top, Beltray, wide open look at 3. Front rim, no. Pierre-Louis drags it down. But a 17-second differential shot clock to game clock. Turnaround shot from Nardi off the angle, but still alive. Mariku turnaround shot doesn't go. Nardi still hobbled, and now the referee has to step in as Nardi was down. He either banged his leg or landed very awkwardly, writhing in pain in front of the Leominster bench. And with Leominster with offensive possession, they have to stop the game. Referees send the teams to their benches.
I'm wondering if he has a cramp over there. Or
looks like he's trying to work out, but somebody needs to help stretch that out.
Help him out over there. It's being ignored.
Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly.
Here comes Alan Toomley, the on-site trainer from Fitchburg. Think he's going to try to step in and maybe help out a little bit.
With the Gatorade bat?
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got the Gatorade. He's got
people coming near me again.
that happens. It's a basketball game.
It's almost over,
Things
Kate.
do happen.
It's almost over. You know they are going to rush the floor, and we're going to be
That's
engulfed.
fine, because they're going to go that way. No, they're going to go that way. It's fine. As long as they don't come anywhere. It's getting bad. I have a real issue. Personal space bubbles. Just.
And there's the
He can't bend his.
the call to arms.
That thing's still completely cramped up. You've done that
It's
before.
tight.
I've seen you walk around
I
the
was
house
going to say,
like that
I definitely
before.
walked like that before. It usually leads to one heck of a cramp and then passing out.
Yeah.
So that tends to be how
Billy,
that
are
goes.
you surprised? And then Todd passed out.
No,
God.
that part didn't surprise. I'm surprised he did something that got him a cramp.
Believe it or not, Bill Thomas, more often than you'd think.
Yeah. He doesn't have to do anything. I'm like, oh,
man.
jeez.
You know,
You want to meet me at Planet Fitness tomorrow?
it's age, Billy. It's age.
It certainly isn't beauty.
Oh, man, here's Perez with the shot. Won't go. High off the backboard. The reset shuts the shot clock off for the remainder. Ball is out of bounds with the last touch of Leominster.
A lot of bodies hitting the floor in this game. They seem like all the calls are going Fitchburg's way.
25.7 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and Coach Kevin Grudgefield is now fired up and tells Leominster to get up and play some full court defense. Morrison got fouled by Kionga, and I don't think that's what they wanted.
And I don't think that's the right guy to be fouling. I know he's made a couple. As he made the last 4 or 5, I think, at the lane. What's he?
2 of 3?
2 of 3. I know he just buried a couple of them.
And back down floor they come.
Single bonus still.
Oh,
Yep.
pardon me. Sorry. 2 of 2.
2 of 2.
Oh,
And Fitchburg with a
The
7-point lead and 23.5 seconds to play, singing their na-na-na-na, hey-hey-heys goodbye. Is it a little early? We'll find out in moments. Morrison put him up at the 50 mark, 50-42. The lead is 8.
3 possession.
Second one, effortless. In it goes, 51-42. Leominster chasing 9. Dolce.
Should be shooting.
Inside for Pierre-Louis. He got bumped, and he landed hard
Twisted.
without control of his body. Got some help from his
there.
teammates. And Pierre-Louis has some words about that.
that'll be Beltre's second.
Still battling, even though it's only 12.9.
And Nardi is still trying to stretch out that hamstring, and he's back at the scorer's table.
Oh, say
He
what?
wants back in.
Say what?
That one won't go. And there's the horn. And Nardi's back in the game.
Who's coming out?
Nardi for Perez.
Pick somebody.
First one you come to, just tell me I'm in, you're out.
Yep. That's a little offense for defense there,
Make sure
potentially.
they're the same size as you.
Lane violation.
Lane violation.
Taking that basket away.
No basket.
A
so
Blue
that free
Devil.
throw not good.
Lane violation.
Kionga into the lane. And that's not going to help. Jumping jacks for Mariku. Trying to protect the inbound. Almost threw it away. Nice play
Off
there.
Of the Blue Devil.
Yes, a great play made there. Very heads up by Beltray. He
Off
banged it
Nardi.
off a Blue Devil and right into Coach Kevin Grudgefield. 11 seconds
Just like
left in this
football.
one. Just like football.
They remember.
Yeah, they've got long memories. Down floor they come.
Uh-oh.
Pushing,
Football.
shoving. Referees have to get in the middle of that one.
Oh, another. We
Jack
got more.
Scott stepped in.
Come on.
Technical foul. Mariku gets hit with a technical foul.
Good. I think that's good.
And referees have got to step in once again. That was away from the conversation. That technical foul was also assessed there on Alejandro as well.
Oh.
Actually going on over here, a little friendly rivalry or something, huh?
Indeed.
In the stands, on the
familiar,
court.
familiar-looking face here, by the way. You know this gentleman right here. Running back from Fitchburg.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah,
is that Marrero?
You got it.
Oh, I gotcha.
Referees are sorting things out on exactly what happened on the floor, how many fouls were given out. So the first foul, what stopped the clock initially, was Manny Dolce billed for the foul. It was the 10th called
Alejandro
against
just
Leominster.
fouled out, by the way. They just gave his 5th.
So
Manny
Alejandro
Dolce
got it on
gets
the
one.
technical foul.
Technical.
Yep. And then Mariku
So it's
picks
gonna
up
be-
his
yeah.
first as well, and
And
then
that
Manny
was the technical
Dolce
foul as well.
has his 3rd.
It's going to be 2 in the ball for
When
the
it's all
Red
said and done.
Raiders. Oh, 2 shots at the line now. I thought they were setting up for a 1-and. Oh yeah, they did the 1-and-1. That's right. It was on the rebounding action.
It's two
You're
shots
right.
now.
You're right. The foul was after the
The
front end of the
technical
1-and-1.
fouls
Then everything
kind of
happened
offset,
after.
so
Yeah.
they don't matter.
Gotcha.
There'll be no free throws for that. Shot is away, and that one will go.
Tell you one thing I got to comment on: the Red Raiders have hit their foul shots down the stretch here for the most part.
They have, absolutely. They were at 66% at halftime, and they have, wow, they've hit almost all of them in the second half.
And
the only
there's
one that
another.
might have missed was that front end of the 1-on-1 that just led to those problems
That's
here a
the
few minutes ago.
only one.
Yeah.
Well, there's one other in the second half.
2
They've
of
been
2
spot
for
on.
Johnson. Nardi just blasts one up, doesn't go. Kelly the rebound, puts that up. That ain't gonna go.
That's going to do
And
it.
this ball game is over. Some conversations, referees making sure all white jerseys go one way and all blue jerseys go the other. And
The administrator's doing a good job with the crowd over here for the
indeed
most
they are
part.
keeping
Yeah,
everybody
keeping
where they
them
need
off
to
the
go.
floor.
I saw Marcos Torres. He went all the way down the handshake line first, well out in front of the rest of the team for Leominster. And now the handshakes at center court. Kate, did you get that final score? That board is off again.
Nope. Wait, hold on. Nope.
Fitchburg is a winner tonight.
60-something to 50-something.
A lot to not enough at the end of the day. We'll break. We'll get the final score. We'll figure it all out.
Oh, I gotta do the
Postgame's
math.
next. You're watching Leominster High School basketball here on Leominster TV. Back inside the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg, 53-42. That was the final score here tonight. Fitchburg, a big winner tonight and an end-to-end athletic basketball game. If you were looking for technical basketball, we told you right off the start that wasn't what you were going to see. But you were going to see a fantastically played, very exciting end-to-end game. And guess what? That's what you got every bit of here tonight, Kate. The stats bear it out. It wasn't beautiful,
Nope.
but it was a 53-42 Fitchburg win. They're second on the season.
It weren't pretty, that's for sure. Came to the Doug Grutchfield Fieldhouse, and a basketball game broke out. So here we go. Let's first start with the Leominster Blue Devils side of things. Losers by 11 tonight. Team totals first, 13 of 52 from the field. They shot 25% from the field, so that one is painful. 6 of 21 from behind the three-point arc. That's 29%. 30 rebounds, 4 steals, 23 turnovers. As a team, they were 9 of 22 from the charity stripe. That's 41%. Scoring contributions, Nardi ends the night with 17, Dolce with 3, Mariku with 1, Kelly with 2, Pierre-Louis with 16, and Kyonga with 2. They're literally going to put the stands in while I'm sitting here. Okay. On the opposite side of the ball for the Red
We'll
Raiders,
rescue you.
the victorious Red Raiders. Team totals first from the field, 14 of 46 with the Red Raiders. That's 30% from the field. They shot 8 of 24 from behind the three-point arc. That's 33%. As a team, 20 rebounds, 8 steals, 12 turnovers for the Red Raiders. They shot 16 of 20 from the charity stripe, 80% from the free throw line were the Red Raiders. Individual scoring contributions, we already said it, 9 people contributed to the scoring tally. Moore ends the night with 2, Rodriguez with 1, Johnson with 12, Morrison with 14, Ware with 2, Beltry with 10, Alejandro with 3, De Leon with 6, and Ramos with 3. They had 3 people in double digits tonight, did the Red Raiders. So if we're talking about it, fewer turnovers by a lot for the Red Raiders, better scoring from the charity stripe for the Red Raiders by a lot. 9 people on the scoring tally. That's more than Leominster, and they had 3 people in double digits. In every single category, the Red Raiders just did better tonight.
And the differentiation there, 16 of 20 for Fitchburg from the free throw line, 9 of 22 for Leominster. That's a 7-point differential.
Bingo.
If you were to settle those out, pretty much gives you the difference in this basketball game, plus or minus a basket.
Yeah, it turns it into a 1-point game, and we emphasize how important it is to make free throws, but I don't want to say
20.
I don't want to say teams don't appear to or players don't appear to take that part of the game seriously enough, because you're just standing there from 15 feet away and you take all the time in the world, and it looks like the easiest thing in the world to do, but it's not, and we see it all the way to the pro level. But once again, they call them free throws for a reason, and you just wish you could see the percentages a little high. I got to tell you, one person that needs to work on his free throws is Pierre Louis. If he's going to be a low post player and he's going to create contact, he can't go 1 for 7 from the line. Just saying.
It's going to be that hack and shack mentality.
Exactly.
You know you can't make the free throws, foul you, and put you in that position.
And teams are going to exploit that weakness if that's the kind of game that he's going to play with, and he doesn't continue. I'm sure he's going to continue to develop. But that's one area that he needs to really work on. And it would really advance his game.
Indeed it would.
To make those free throws. One more point I will make. The Red Raiders are 2-0.
They are.
Against us. They're 0-14 against everybody else. But you know what? If you ask them,
2-0.
we're 2-0. That's all that matters.
Swept the season
and
series, did Fitchburg
like
versus
football.
Leominster. Crowd said it, just like football. They certainly
3-0.
did not forget. Since November, they are 3-0 against Leominster, and they let the crowd know it on their way out the door tonight. Final score, 53-42. Fitchburg is a winner tonight. Leominster's record falls to 2-15. Fitchburg improves to 2-14 in what was a phenomenal, again, back-and-forth speed game tonight. We will have upcoming playoff coverage on the girls' basketball side of things. This will be the last time we'll see the boys for the regular season. We'll catch them again in 2019, or the 2018-2019 season coming up next year. But in the meanwhile, again, girls' playoffs coming up, draw coming in a few weeks. We will sort things out, and hopefully we'll have those for you in the coming weeks and months. Stay tuned to Leominster TV's Facebook for more information. You can find both these games out on YouTube, as Bill Thomas said moments ago as well. We want to thank Sage, the senior here at Fitchburg High, for his contributions tonight. A lot of fun having him on here with us. I want to thank Bradley Bedard for his work tonight. For Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins saying thank you so very much for joining us, and until next time, so long, everybody.